So, guys, in this community call, I'd like to bring a topic on the table that is quite new. And in my opinion, it's also quite disruptive for the Power Platform. Let's talk about Power Apps, Code Apps. And these are Power Apps that are built entirely on custom code. And those who are familiar with the PCF components. I'm not going to talk about PCF components now. I'm talking about apps that are fully integrated into the Power Platform by following a code first scenario, just as you would do as a professional developer writing a code-based application that you would deploy afterward in a runtime environment on the web. But before we start with all of this, I would like to introduce myself and tell you who I am. My name is Tobias Maestrini. I'm a proud and but busy father of three kids, two twin girls and a boy. This is what keeps me always highly on a dynamical value. I'm based out in Switzerland, and I'm an M365, and I'm an MVP in M365 development, currently working mainly as a Power Platform consultant and developer at the Swiss company called iSolutions. We build software with low code and pro code approaches, and we create, maintain digital workplace solutions for companies in Switzerland. We have a really strong focus on M365. If you'd like to get in touch, feel free to contact me. I would be very happy to get in touch with you here on my social handles. As I told you, today we're gonna talk about the code first approach on the Power Platform, which is meant to be a real developer's approach, putting pro code solutions into focus. And I would like to bring this up in 3 steps. I would like to introduce or bring the concept to you, and then let's keep fingers crossed for being demo gods with me. And after that, let's wrap up and summarize what I was showing to you. So first, let's talk about this code first approach. And Power Apps, Code Apps, how are they called? It's brand new, and it's absolutely great for my understanding. And you build Power Apps, Code Apps in TypeScript, for example, in a Node based environment on your local machine, run them locally, and deploy them afterwards into the Power Platform. All you need to do is to bring up some stuff that you have to take care of on your local machine. You need to do some adjustments to bring the capabilities, or to make the capabilities available in your own code apps. And after that, you're good to go. You're going to develop your applications as you would do in a pro code or in a code first scenario. So what you need to do is you need 4 steps to get started. And this is kind of a minimal path to awesome, to create an app from scratch, which means, again, a pro or a code first scenario, which first needs some adjustments in a Power Platform environment. You first need to enable your code app capabilities. Then you have to install, or you have to make your local machine where you're gonna run or build and run and test your application to match the prerequisites and all the building or the tool chain that is meant to be necessary for this kind of applications you want to build. And then as it's very common approach, you build a new Vite app, which is locally a TypeScript app which runs in a Node context. and span up a code app, which is nothing else than a kind of, let's say, a little manifest that brings the capabilities from the Power Platform code apps environment to your local machine. And all that done, you just adjust the app, you bring some capabilities into the code, into the Vite or the TypeScript code itself. I will show it in a nutshell in a demo. You're going to run it, you're going to test it as you would like to test it in a professional testing approach, and you're going to deploy it on a Power Platform. So this is the minimal path to awesome, and I will step into the demo right now. So let me first start with the Power Platform Admin Center, which was the first point that you have to take into consideration. Sorry for having this scenario here built up in German, but nevertheless, you will be able to denote that this is the Power Apps Code Apps feature. Just get into your environment, your target environment, where you want to have the Power Apps Code Apps to be run into. So there you have to adjust the settings and make Power Apps Code Apps the capabilities available into the environment by switching here the Code Apps activity or the Code Apps selected to enable. And this is the only thing you have to take into consideration when you're gonna span up the development setup. Of course, there is a license restriction that this feature, the Power Apps Code Apps, need the user to have a Power Apps Premium license. But I'm not going to talk about licensing now. I'm going to talk about app development and deployment. Keep in mind there are still some limitations because the features are brand new and they're building, the whole team is building and bringing the capabilities more step by step to progress. So I would recommend to read the documentation in the links that I showed you before, and I'm gonna put it into the session notes as well. So back to the demo. The prerequisites for your machine, just make sure you have Visual Studio Code running. You need a Node.js server, which is based on which bases on a latest version. It needs to be at least Node 22, I guess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is Node 22. And you need the Power Platform tools for Visual Studio Code. I definitely would recommend them because they come along with the new version of the Power Platform CLI, which has the Power Apps Code features integrated, and you definitely need them. So it's a good option to install the Power Platform tools for Visual Studio Code that come as an entire solution for your local machine. And then you're ready to build your next Power App code with Vite, which I'm gonna show you now. So let's move to the code stuff. First of all, you need to install the Vite, or you need to create a new Vite application by using React template. I'm going to use here a React template. You can take a template of your choice, but keep in mind that you have to adjust the code as you on your own discretion. But the path I'm following is a React TypeScript application.
Hey, Tobias, real quick, can you just zoom in a little bit so that it's
yeah.
easy on the old people like me with eyes there?
Of course. Sorry, thanks for that.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Is this better, David?
Maybe one more.
Yeah. Cool.
Perfect. Yeah, if that gives you enough room, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. So give the application a meaningful name. Let's call it sample app, and then you're good to go. We need to change directory, and then we're gonna install all the Node dependencies, all the Node package that this app needs to to have this Hello World app is then built up. You see here this folder is called sample app, which contains all the stuff with the local files which are really necessary for your application. And then we have to, or we can run this setup right now. This is a boilerplate code which brings up in a browser a new Node application. npm run should do the trick. npm run dev, and you see it. The stuff is already working on port 5173. This is the boilerplate code, which I'm not going to change. That's why I'm switching back, and I'm going to adjust the port from 5137 to port 3000. This is really needed because at least at the current stage, the app needs to run on port 3000 on your local machine, and that's the integration thing that I'm going to show it to you in a nutshell. So we're good to go. We can have this adjustment here. It's all documented on the website, which I will paste into the link afterwards. And now we changed the Vite configuration to port 3000, which is meant to be good. So we can test the Vite app again, npm by using npm run dev again. And now you can see the same application is running on a different port, on the port 3000, and this is good. So this was the second or this was the first thing in terms of building or constructing or span up the application. The second thing we need to do is we need to set up the Power Platform environment again, because we now need to make a connection to the Power Platform environment where we want to have our solution run in. So I was showing you before the code apps testing environment, which I built on purpose for this demo for building Power Apps code apps, and by using the pack env list CLI command, which comes with this Power Platform toolbox for Visual Studio Code, I would be able to connect to this code apps environment. You're free to connect to any of your Power Platform environments. Just make sure that you have this environment capabilities activated, which brings you to the activation of the capabilities for Power Apps code apps. So I'm good to go with the code apps environment. So I did already set up the Power Platform environment. I established a connection to this target environment, and now I'm going to initialize the code app. This is done by the pack code command, which I was talking before, and it's fairly easy to bring in this really simple command, pack code init. You give a display name, which is nothing else than the displayed name for your app that is going to be run in a Power Platform. I can call it sample app or whatever you like. And let's go for this. Notice this little file that was created, this powerconfig.json. This is kind of the, as I called it before, the manifest file, which is really needed to establish this connection between the Power Platform and your local machine. So this one spans up the the connection from the Power Platform or from your local machine to the Power Platform. And that's at least or already the whole stuff that you have to do. By using pack code run, you're gonna run the Power app that you have built now, and look at this URL that is that came up here on the terminal. It brings a link that would point to the application that runs locally on port 3000, because this is the port 3000 here on localhost, and makes a connection from the Power Platform down to your local host. This should work in with a few clicks. The reason why the application is not able to run, or why I'm not able to run the app now, is because we have it's still missing some kind of code implementation that we have to bring in now. So everything from environment perspective is set up. Now we have to bring in I'm going to stop the server here. I need to install the Power SDK now. And the Power SDK is nothing else than another NPM package for Microsoft Power Apps, which brings in another capability or brings in the SDK, the development kit that you can use within your TypeScript code. And as you see it in the package.json, this Microsoft Power Apps package was introduced or was downloaded and made as and brought to the project as a dependency. So, oh, did I stop sharing? Sorry, that was not on purpose. So, by installing the Power Apps SDK, we also have to make sure that in our apps sources, we need to have the Power Provider component, which now in this case, it's a React component, which I'm gonna bring in now. And this React component, I'm gonna use afterwards in a couple of seconds, because this Power Platform provider makes the Power Platform SDK available in my code. So let's go a step further and look what is going to happen inside this main file that I have to adjust now. And as you saw, I've brought in the Power Provider component, which is a wrapper around this Vite app that was built by the boilerplate or by the generator that I was using at the very beginning of the demonstration here. So with this, we're good to go. We can go for npm pack run dev, which pack code run, sorry, which brings again this cryptic URL. And now, as you can see, we're good. We have the localhost 3000 on port 3000 running this very nice boilerplate app, and as well as the Power app, which runs from the Power Platform environment and makes a connection to my local machine, which runs on localhost port 3000. This is this app, which is even the same Power app or even the same TypeScript app as I would prove now. Just have a look at this one. I'm gonna change the code here. This is my awesome Power Apps code app in TypeScript, which has already changed here from Power Platform environment down to localhost as a proof. Now on localhost, it's exactly the same output that I was expecting. So this was the whole magic that we did. it's kind of some adjustment that you need to do, but it's definitely worth it to give it a try, because it's so cool, it's so great, and the team for the Power Platform developers team did a really good job, and I really like it, and I really like the way that we can build code first apps from a TypeScript, from a JavaScript perspective, and bring them into the Power Platform, make all the capabilities from the Power Platform and the advantages that the Power Platform brings for an application developer. We can make use of this. We can use all the connectors. We can use all the security as features that are built in the Power Platform, and this is absolutely great. What I did not show you is the deployment of the app that was built, but you can trust me. It's a one-liner. It's pack, code, push, and the application will be pushed into your target environment. So I'm gonna sum up now with the last thing I wanted to show, because it's nice, because it's easy. I want to point out again that make sure you introduce those 4-step or those 3 steps before you're gonna build or deploy your app. Just make sure you have Power Apps code enabled. Just make sure the tool chain on your local machine is ready to build, or brings you the capabilities to bring up Power Apps code apps. Then initialize your code stack by building up a new Vite application and bring it the pack code, the Power Platform configuration manifest file, and then you're ready to go, you're ready to code, you're ready to test, you're ready to deploy. And with this, it was a pleasure being here. It was a pleasure to bring this brand new feature to you, and I hope you're gonna have the same amount of fun that I have. And if you like to connect, to reach out, to discuss with me, I would be happy to answer your questions. So with that, back to David, and thanks again.